Hello, beautiful soul. I am so excited you are back. Today, I want to talk to you about some of the numbers that we focus on and how a lot of our focus is actually in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the numbers we should be focusing on are how many lives we impact and, of course, that number in our bank account. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to the podcast about podcasting, where you guessed it, we're talking all things podcasting, but not just in the sense of strategy of how to launch, grow, and monetize your show. Of course, you're going to get that, but we're also going deep into how podcasting can help you with your self-care, build your community, build your confidence, and if you're willing to lean deep into this platform, it can be your ticket to the life of your dreams because it'll inspire you to go deeper with your self-love. And we all know success starts from within. If you are ready to stop being a ripple in this world and bust out your tsunami of change you know you were made for, it's podcasting for your soul. So let's dig in. So this topic is near and dear to my heart because I personally have focused on the wrong numbers for a long time. My clients have focused on the wrong numbers for a long time. And I see it all over the internet about these numbers that we are focusing on. But here's the thing. Half of those things that we are focusing on don't actually provide us the two things we want. One, to impact someone's life, and two, to impact our bank accounts. What numbers am I talking about? Well, if you've been around in this world for a while, you are probably on social media. You have probably run into 1 or 2 or 4, 10 or 20, 50 people, or maybe you've even paid all these people to learn how to grow your business on social media. Maybe they're telling you you have to post on your profile 3 times a day. You have to post at least 2 reels a day, but don't forget to share 12 stories a day, and then make sure that it feeds over to the other platform, and then go on Pinterest. And on Pinterest, I need you to be pinning at least 3 a day of your own, plus pinning at least 4 of other people. I mean, take a breath, right? Oh, you need to be sending out emails at least twice a week. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. Oh, now I need you to go live. I need you to follow up. I mean, whoa. No wonder so many of us are burnt out. We are doing all the things, but to build an audience, to get those numbers, to get those likes, to get those comments, to get those followers. But here's the thing, likes, comments, followers don't necessarily pay the bills. Because what's happening is you're pushing out all this content in burnout mode. That energy is so low. And although you're getting some engagement, what you're not getting is that connection to that other person. You're just pushing out content to the content monster. You have just basically enslaved yourself to social media, to Pinterest, to whatever it is. It might even be your podcast at this point that you've just become a slave. And what you've forgotten is there are easier ways to do this. And the other thing is that your energy attracts the same energy. And we oftentimes get in this hustle mode. I know I have done this. I have done this so many times that I've left myself burnt out in the hospital and wanting to burn my business down. And I don't want that for you. So if you are focusing 100% on those likes, those follows, the comments that are there, that's not what's going to actually get your business moving forward. I hate to say it, it's really not. Yes, we need to get in front of other people, and having that reach is so great. But getting that reach doesn't have to mean you have to be putting out so much content. You have to have a strategy behind it. And that's why I personally love anything that has search engine optimization. So podcasts, Pinterest, blogs, YouTube, all of these things are more searchable, and they leave content that lasts for longer than 24 hours. If you are spending all of your time marketing on social media and you're like, nobody sees my content, yeah, you're fighting with billions of other people and an algorithm that's like, are you going to pay me? You are not capitalizing on what is truly possible. The other thing that you might be focusing on is getting those numbers up. You might have a Instagram account that has 1,000 people and you don't think you can monetize till you hit 10,000. You might see 2 comments or 2 likes on your post and you get discouraged. I get that. Those vanity metrics are really hard. But if you go and look at some of the big counts that are making the big money, their engagement is really low. I was just checking on a mentor in the podcasting space, and she has 79,000 followers, and she gets 11 likes about, or not 11, 100 likes about per post on her Instagram, and only a few comments out of all of those followers. But here's the thing. She's nurturing them with her podcast. Her podcast is driving her traffic. And she does kind of close to what I do. She does a lot more social media marketing than I do. But she's really got the strategy down of a podcast is a great place to find people to come into your space. It's kind of like that toe dip. You're toe dipping here. If you want to go deeper, next week I have that 3-day Profit from Your Soul-Led podcast mastermind, and it's free inside my community. That's where you go deeper. That's where you get a 30-day action plan that's specific to your business, because yes, there is free behind the scene coaching in that, and I'm offering it for free. So you get to go deeper with me there. Then I'm also driving traffic to that event, to my podcast from Pinterest. All things because I have slowed down and I've allowed myself to get to know that one person, that one thing I'm offering, and offering that one solution. And I'm driving them in a way that doesn't feel like I'm being a slave anymore. I get to actually choose when I want to show up. I get to choose how I show up. So for me, Pinterest, podcasting, my blog, I love Insight Timer, and my Facebook community. That's where I post. You will get on occasion repurposed content outside of those platforms, maybe on my Facebook profile. Maybe I'll throw it up on my Instagram. Especially for when I have guests on, I put them on Instagram because I know that's helpful. But you don't have to be a slave. I was in a mini conference a couple weeks ago, or I guess it was a couple months ago now, that this woman got up on stage and was talking, and she's made a massive 7-figure business with a tiny audience. Her socials are maybe 2,000. Her group is maybe 300. Yet she's managed to make this happen because she's done the work. She's put in the time. So if you're focusing on the vanity metrics, you're not focusing on what's going into your bank account, the amount of people that you're impacting, then you're focusing on the wrong numbers, and that is going to leave you on that hamster wheel of hustle. And no one wants to be on that hamster wheel of hustle. So if you're ready to make big money from your podcast with a tiny audience, it's time to have a strategy. It's time to stop throwing spaghetti at the wall. It's time to stop focusing on those numbers that aren't actually making you money or leaving an impact. If you're on this podcast, you are a legacy maker. You are a tsunami in the making because you know you are no longer a ripple. You are a leader. You are a change maker. But that starts with being seen and heard. And being seen and heard in a way, in a manner that doesn't leave you burnt out, that doesn't make you spend a ton of time creating content that's valid for, if you're lucky, 24 hours. That is not the way we want to run our businesses. How many people does that post actually impact? Are people just swiping by and liking? The power of podcasting is so amazing. Here's the thing is most podcast listeners listen to 7 shows a week, at least. Why can't you be one of those 7 shows? Those podcast listeners are listening for a reason, for a purpose to be solved. The stats on just having an audio versus an audio visual, like in a live video or YouTube or something like that, if you can be doing your dishes and listening at the same time, it goes into your subconscious mind. So you're actually picking up more. You're actually paying more attention, especially that you can't click on a bunch of other tabs because you're normally multitasking anyways, but you're multitasking on something that is not taking your mind away to being distracted to be able to absorb what is going in. So for me, when I have my podcast clients, they hit 100 downloads an episode and they get discouraged. We have the same conversation. There are 100 people in the room listening to you, giving you their attention. Yeah, they may be in the shower, but they're giving you their attention. Podcast listeners are more intentional. They're not stuck in a scroll. They've opened the app because they want to be educated, entertained, or inspired. That's what they want. And they're there for more than the swipe by. It is so powerful if you have the right strategy. But we've got to get you out of this thinking that you have to have 1 million followers. You have to have a huge group. You have to have so many likes and so many comments to make this size business and the big impact that you desire. That's not the case. You do not need that. What you do need is a strategy to deliver your amazing gifts with the world in a manner that doesn't put you on the hamster wheel. Am I saying ditch social completely? No. I'm just saying take a moment, take a breath, pause. Do you even enjoy what you're doing? Do you enjoy how you're marketing your business? Do you feel like you're having an impact? If the answer is no, then it's time to look inward. And again, this is your invitation to come join us next week in the 3-day mastermind, where you really get to start thinking about what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, how you want to serve. And serve in a way that you're not spending 10, 15, 20 hours creating content that becomes obsolete within 24 hours. So if you are ready to profit from your soul-led profit from your soul-led podcast, come join us inside the Feed Your Business with Love community. The mastermind is live September 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And really, you're going to get everything. Sign up for the VIP, which is also free, and get free coaching for your specific business. I mean, this is gold, guys. If you are ready to stop being a slave to social media, and you are ready to put on your big girl panties, and you are ready to jump in, this is your invitation. I hope to see you there. I will have everything in the show notes, so we'll make it easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now go out and make today amazing, because you are beautiful, you are wonderful, and you are worthy, and things should be easy. So go out and profit from being you. I'll see you next week.